Hello and welcome, I'm Raziel, and today I want to ask you a question. Do you think one of the twins is alive? Because this will get confusing, because one of them was killed by Rogal Dawn, and one may have been killed by Gilliman. Yep, one might be killed by Gilliman, but the big issue with that story is it was told by an Alpha Legion spy. So you can put so much salt onto that whole. Let's just take that with a massive pinch of salt. If an Alpha Legion spy does it, you can say you're probably talking out their bum. But and of course we do have Alpha Legionnaire warbands, but actively go out their way to kill Ultramarine successors because of the death of the twin that Gulliman supposedly killed. That doesn't really give much credence to his death, because now this is the clever thing. Alpha Legion are very devious. They'll tell the truth to lie, and they'll lie to tell the truth. It's weird. It's kind of cool when done right. They're not just sneaky. Like, they'll tell you straight to your face. They'll tell you the truth, but they'll tell you in a way where you will just straight up think they're lying. And they'll tell a lie to your face, and you'll just believe them. You'll just take it at word. And they're very good at this. Very good at gaining information, finding things out. And of course they have that huge legion underneath Terror. And what happens to that would be cool. I want that to become real and have them as loyalists. I think that would be sweet to see in the 41st millennium. That is a storyline I would love to see finish off. And Games Workshop are not very good at finishing stories unless it was pre-written in the lore. This is why Horus Heresy finished. Well, that's basically it, actually. And so, we talk about the Alpha Legion and whether or not this Alpharius is alive. Well, I think he is. Because, and this is going to hurt, Rogal Dawn is probably alive too. And yeah, that stung so much. Oh, that hurts. I didn't like saying that at all. Rogal Dawn needs to be dead. I don't like him. But, here's the thing. If Alpharius is alive, that means there's a traitor Primarch that isn't a demon. And with 40k and Games Workshop, you will often spot similarities that mirror between the Chaos and the Imperium. They have the same main factions, Guard, Mechanicum, Space Marines. They both have those. And, well, you can say, yes, they have Knights as well. You can say, well, Chaos have demons. Well, demons are just the citizens of the warp. That's all they are, that get called getting conscripted into battle. Very rarely with a conscious attitude that they're going to want to do it. Same with the Imperium. They have citizens who will be conscripted into battle, very rarely with their consent. And I like this. I always think it's cool. The same reason you have the Primarchs that betrayed and denied and stayed with the Emperor were the exact same number, 9 each side. And it goes even further than that. If we go as the law has said, as what we know at the moment, for every dead traitor Primarch, there is a dead loyalist Primarch. You have Sanguinius and Conrad Kurz. You have Alpharius Amagon and Rogal Dawn. And finally, you have Horus and Ferrus Manus. So you have 6 of each side. Now this is where it gets really interesting as well. Because of the ones that we know are dead, but the ones that we know are alive, again, it's completely flipped. On the traitor side, they're all demons. Fulgrim, Angron, Moltarian, etc., etc. And on the Imperium side, they're all, mortal. Or as mortal as a Primarch can be. With Gulliman, Lion, and the Khan. However, as we have now known, there may be a demon Primarch on the side of the Imperium with Corvus Corax and with his story against the Word Bearers, where he decided to start slaughtering the Word Bearers. I mean, it's not a bad thing and would be a good hobby for anyone or any Primarch just to do, even for a bit of a giggle. Everyone's got to have a hobby, and Corvus Corax is just slaughtering Word Bearers. But he didn't slaughter him as himself. He was like a flock of birds, a demon. He was not even his old self. He was completely changed. And when asked what he had become, he literally said, I have become what I was always meant to be because of the warp energy used to create the Primarchs. So we have a demon on the Imperium side. I'm using the term demons here loosely, okay? And by the way, when I said demons were the citizens, and I didn't bring up, Celestines, Legions of the Damned, because Legions of the Damned are Space Marines, Saint Celestines are System of Battle. And basically, I'm just roping in Sisters of Battle with the Space Marines, the power armoured side, okay? But I will get to that in a minute, because that does get more interesting. Then, what was I? Oh, yes. And on the traitor side, there isn't a normal human mortal Primarch. And when I was thinking about this, I think maybe that could be Perturabo. But that's canon that he is not. He is a demon Primarch. As much as he despised chaos and how the Iron Warriors will lop off limbs that become warp infected or anything like that, yeah, he is a demon Primarch. And that's okay, I can live with that. I'm cool with that. Which means we would need a mortal Primarch, or as mortal as possible, on the traitor side. And I think the best one is Alpharius. Because if he was to become a demon, it could be like a ghostly demon or something like that, I suppose. He wouldn't be able to work as well as if he was just a mortal. And of course, it's kind of hinted that that twin, the twin that survived, that might have been killed by Gulliman, might be working for the Imperium. And that way, if he became a demon, he would not last long in the Imperium. Not just because he's a demon and, he'd have the Grey Knights and basically every chapter about after him, but that's because he's a demon, and demons don't survive in the Imperium at all. Where if he was mortal, as much as a Primarch could be, he wouldn't have issues. And as we know with Leman Russ, Primarchs can do pretty well in the warp. They have some issues, but it seems that the change in the warp of Corvus Corax was his decision. He chose to change. And Leman Russ is meant to be in the warp, but has he changed? That would be an interesting question to be answered. Or is he going to come back? Is he going to come as I hope he doesn't come back as a werewolf. I mean, that would just be silly. I'd like to see him come back as Leman Russ. As much as he was a silly person during the Horus Heresy. He's one of the worst Primarchs. Anyway. And so we come back to Alpharius. And when I say that would add an extra Primarch on the side of the traitors, which means we now need to add an extra Primarch on the side of a loyalist. Yes, even though he may be a loyalist, Alpharius might be a loyalist, Twin might be a loyalist. Okay, I'll give you that. But the only one left on the Imperium side will of course be Rogel Dawn. Now I can't really remember if Rogel Dawn was actually aware that the twins existed. I don't think he did, but I'm going to read the book again anyway soon. And so I'm going to go on a bit of he might have been aware sort of way, because this can work really well within the storyline to bring back those two together as a single story. Rogel Dawn finding Alpharius because he does know the difference between a Primarch and a Legionnaire, and I think that's always fantastic. I think that's a great part of the story. I do think that is a good way. But Primarchs know when a Primarch is there, whereas Alpharius, the living twin, if he's alive, wouldn't be able to be told apart by an Astartes. Like an Ultramarine wouldn't be able to pick out Alpharius from a group of Legion. He just wouldn't be able to do it. Where a Primarch, any Primarch could go, that's Alpharius, it's that one there. Pick him out straight away. I don't know, or maybe some sort of sense or anything, but it's never really widely sort of known. It's just that it's known that Primarchs know Primarchs from the off. And it would be an interesting. Now, if we go down the route that Rogel Dawn didn't know, it would be a massive shock to him. He would suddenly go, wait, was I actually tricked? It would make him question himself. And Rogel Dawn, when he's actually written pretty well, is when he's questioning himself and he's not so stoic and, I know what I'm doing, I'm Rogel Dawn, I'm a Primarch, do what I say, right? But it's when he has to question himself is when he's written the best. And I hate admitting that. I so hate admitting that. It hurts so much. Anyway, so, he sees this living Primarch, this living twin. It's like, wait, I killed you. What are you doing here? I sensed you in that room. How did you escape our battle? I felt your soul slip away into the warp. Whatever. It would make him question himself and make him fight Might even make him stand down. Like, you, I don't know if I'm going to win. If I win this time again, am I going to find another one of you? You know, makes him raise so many questions, and it would be great. But if he knows that Alpharius is alive, again, the twin that wasn't killed by Rogal Dawn, it would be a different kettle of fish, because it'd be like, I killed your brother, I can kill you just as easily. It may be a point where instead of him not being talked down by Alpharius or Omegon, whoever's ever it on by Pluto, right, whoever he killed was trying to talk him down, it would be the complete opposite. It's like, you don't want to fight me, you know I can beat you. I beat your twin, and he might be trying to talk him down before just out and out slaughtering him. And this isn't anything rare, because if you read a lot of the Horus Heresy books, you'll often see that when Primarchs fight, the traitors tend to win because they try to talk their brother down. That's how they do it. You know, Horus did it a lot. Magnus is the only one that lost, but he also did the same because he didn't want to fight. And yeah, it is a common thing in theme within the Primarch fights that they will always try and talk each other down first. And I could see Rogal Dawn doing that if he knew about the other twin. And anyway, this is my theory and what should happen if Alpharius is alive and the way it should be, and reasons why he should exist still. And God, it means I have to bring back Rogal Dawn. Ugh! I'm going to go have a drink. I need it after that palate cleanser. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all again soon, and I will see you all again. See you in the next one. Links down below for Whaling Games, as is that's for up to 20% off your Warhammer and free delivery after £20. Forbidden Planet for comics, DVDs, toys, plushies, etc., etc. My comic as well, and of course my merchandise. I hope to see you on the next one. Have a great day.